Good day, Summoners. This is Raabemaster bringing you a guide to begin owning with Leona in 5 minutes. Let's begin. Leona is a tank who has a kit which both promotes aggressive play and gives great survivability. Leona is almost exclusively played as a support laning with a hard carry. She is picked because of her massive defensive steroid, low cooldown stuns, and great aggressive landing capabilities. Skill build. As Leona, it is very important that you invest your skill points wisely due to the fact that you won't be getting a lot of experience. Max out Eclipse first so it scales very well and you want the defensive buffs ASAP. Next, you can choose to max either Zenith Blade to allow you more mobility in fights along with more opportunities to apply your passive, or Shield of Daybreak to lower the cooldown on your stun. Your early skill build should be Q at level 1 because a 1.25 second stun is amazing for level 1 teamfights, and then your E at level 2 because a Q plus E combo is great for getting first blood. Proceed with the recommended skill progression from there and get your ultimate at 6, 11, and 16. Itemization. Leona is a support and a tank. Neither of those jobs bode well for Leona getting any big, flashy items. Start out with a Fairy Charm, Wards for Vision, and Health Potions for Sustain, just in case you take some poke. Philosopher's Stone and Kage's Lucky Pick are both great pickups because of the gold generation and their affordable build options. But make sure you get your Sightstone as soon as possible. Boots are a bit of a dilemma on Leona. Since she already has a gap closer and a good range stun at 6, she doesn't really need the chasing power. Eventually though, once you get your core items, you should get boots, and eventually upgrade them into Ninja Tabby if the enemy AD is really hurting, or Merc Treads if you want the tenacity. Boots and mobility are a situational choice if your carry feels safe enough alone and you want to go roam, as it's not like you'd be farming anyways. Boots of Lucidity are seen from time to time, but there's a good chance you'll hit the CDR cap anyways, so make sure you're not wasting stats. There's no such thing as offensive items for support Leona, so I'm going to break it down to support items and tank items. Support items are both cost effective and help your team out with some useful auras. Ruby Sightstone is a great upgrade to improve the item slot efficiency of Sightstone. Chevelier's Reverie for the initiation, Shard of True Eyes for the slow, and Runic Bulwark for its aura are all great pickups on a budget. As the game drags on to later stages, you might find that Sightstone doesn't offer enough wards if the champions on your team are filling up their item slots, so leave a slot open to accommodate more wards if that's the case. Also, Leona is a great Oracle's carrier due to her insane natural survivability. Defensive items will create a large hole in your budget, but they'll give you great stats. Some tank items like Sunfire Cape and especially Warmogs are the best tank items on Leona due to the massive boost in effective HP they give when you have Eclipse up. However, they are very expensive, so they probably won't be purchased until late game unless you raffle stomp your lane. Randyman's Omen and Frozen Heart are both good versus physical threats, but Randyman's Omen takes the edge due to giving you health and a great active to help you peel for your carry. Against heavy magic teams, pick up an Abyssal Scepter, because since you will always be in the thick of the fights, you have a good chance to apply the MR debuff to everyone. Tips and advice. Try pairing Leona with a ranged carry who can be aggressive in the early game. Leona has the ability to snowball a lane because she can set up kills with her devastating CC. Urgot, Draven, and Ezreal are good examples. When you hit someone with a Zenith Blade, it immobilizes them. This gives you a guaranteed Q stun if you activated it before jumping to the enemy. Alternatively, if the enemy champion doesn't have an easy escape, you can Zenith Blade into auto attack, then hit them with your stun, since your Q is an auto attack reset. Taking bot tower isn't a terrible idea early if you've already got multiple kills from your lane opponents, because Leona can be a very effective roamer. However, this might deny your carry a safe place to farm and let the enemy recover, so use your judgment. Leona has to be aggressive early versus lanes with a lot of poke. As Leona has no sustain, she and her carry are vulnerable to being poked down. If Leona gets low enough to the point where going aggressive is too risky, then it will be very hard for her to win the lane. While Leona is a great initiator, her main job in teamfights is going to be peeling for her carry. If you need to, use your ultimate to start the fight, but save your other CC for when the enemy starts to dive your carry. If laning against a Blitzcrank, the matchup is a little strange. Before level 3, if he pulls you, then it's the same as pulling any other squishy support. However, once you start getting some points into your Eclipse, go straight for the carry after being pulled, as you will be tanky enough not to care. As bright and shiny as Leona might be, and as annoying as her low cooldown stuns are, do not focus your damage on her. She is naturally super tanky even without a lot of items, so you might as well be throwing your damage against a brick wall. Use your ultimate whenever you feel the need. It has a low cooldown, on top of the fact that you'll most likely be building CDR anyways, so you'll probably never have to worry about not having it when you need it. Your passive makes your teammates do more damage. Make sure you factor that in when you decide whether or not to engage. Leona's ultimate has a small stun radius and a medium slow radius. Get a good feel for how big they are, and using the spell effectively becomes a lot easier. Since Leona has a lot of crowd control, it's important to remember not to cross up stuns in other CC. Time your spells right to get the most out of them. Support is just about the only position Leona is good at. Her AP ratios are absolute garbage, and there is no reason to jungle her when junglers like Maokai exist, who can gank just as hard and still be able to farm the jungle at a respectable pace. While Leona is a melee champion, she is a ranged threat even before obtaining her ultimate. Zenith Blade has a range of 700 units, which is greater than that of almost all auto attacks. Thank you for watching. Leave a like for the video and subscribe for the best League of Legends guides and shoutcasts on YouTube. Now that you're armed with the knowledge of this guide, you will be a shining light in your opponent's darkest hour.